picture. Really the hottest nigga, you gon' respect this lava. I'm shooting it if I pull it, boy, make sure you want this drama. I bring it to you like it's Law and Order SVU. Turn you to a vegetable, now you look good inside a soup. Family come from Bishopville, but I grew up in that Bronx Zoo where they shoot you dead in the street and then dance all on top of you and I do what I can.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Nate Almighty, aka the Global Dark Skin Ambassador, back with another Rikers Island story, volume 18, man. I just want to say shout out to the people, everyone who's been liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I appreciate it all. You know, I just made it to 500 subscribers yesterday. It's lit. I just want to thank all the people for the support. So here I go with another one, exclusive, and it's not spoken about that much within Rikers Island, C-74. And we're gonna call this one Saved by the Muslims, cause they don't play. Now let me tell you about the Muslims as far as the experience that I had in C-74. These are serious people. If you have taken your Shahada and you dedicate your life to Allah, or they see you as that, they will hold you down. They will hold you down. They're like their own organization within Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying? They get things done that the typical person can't be done. They are like a gang in a way, but ultimately not a gang because they don't really extort people. They don't extort people. However, if you fuck with one of their ops, they will come see you and they will fuck you up, and they will take any measure that they feel like they need to take. An example of this, I'm gonna tell you a story about when I went to Tulane. Now, in Tulane, before I went there, I already knew that the two people who had the house, I was already cool with, so I wouldn't have no problems in this place. I walk in there and immediately begin to do what I want. This was when my boy Ken Gooney had the house. Anybody who was on Rikers Island 2008, 2009, Ken Gooney from Harlem. And there was another dude named, his name might have been Teddy, I'm not sure. But we were all in Lower 3 first together before we all went to different places and ultimately got back together in Tulane. But anyway, I had got there the night after they had a riot. Now, they had a riot because 2 to 3 Muslim brothers had entered into the house, and Ken Gooney and the rest of them were trying to make the Muslim brothers submit. The Muslim brothers, already knowing what they was up against, they chose to revolt because, you know, they decided to keep it gangster. So in the middle of them keeping it gangster, they immediately started fighting. They started a rumble inside the day room, which led to the 3 Muslim dudes getting jumped and beat up, but they left with their dignity intact. So I came the next day after that. So Ken Gooney and my other boy, they telling me what happened. Oh, we had to smoke some hot niggas, this, that, and the third. I'm thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh, typical protocol on Rikers Island, you know, whatever. Little did I know that their situation caused a ripple effect that would ultimately go bad if it wasn't addressed and taken care of. Cause we were in the day room chilling later that day, and in walking through the A and B gates into the day room is a CO introducing us to the Imam, which is the religious leader. You could say it's the equivalent of a preacher or deacon to the Muslim faith. The Imam with this, one of the biggest, blackest, most scariest looking black dudes I ever seen. And he was a Muslim brother because he had the thing on his head. I'm sorry, My father's side of the family is primarily Muslim, and I forget the name of the thing that the guys wear in their head, but he had that on, and he came in. He had a disgusted look on his face, but he tried to fix it up so he didn't look so threatening. But ultimately, he was talking about how, hey, we are all brothers. We shouldn't do this to each other. I'm aware of the fact that you guys had a riot with some of our brothers, and you hurt one of them pretty bad, blah, blah, blah. So he's talking like this, and eventually the CO leaves the day room, I guess, to do some paperwork or go check down the cells and do a head count. And while that's going on, the Imam and this Muslim dude, the big scary Muslim dude, they're in the day room. As soon as the CO goes away, he says, now listen, little niggas, I don't like nobody touching my ox. Any more ox come in here and they get touched, I'm coming back here and somebody's gonna fucking get hurt. Do you understand? And at the same time, we all said, yes, no problem. Wanna know why? Because only a stupid person would ignore the fact that the ox don't play. They will fuck you up. You hurt one of their brothers or you disrespect Allah, they're gonna kick your ass. So they avoided the problem by saying that it won't happen again. And for the time being that I was there, it did not happen again. Because no matter how tough you are in any jail system, there will always be somebody above you who can do just as worse to you as you could do to anybody else. Once again, moral of the story is, don't go to jail. But these are the things that can happen, man. What's up, y'all? I don't know how long this video gonna be, but while I was editing my Saved by Muslims Rikers story video, I forgot to add on to that. And I want to talk about how dudes who have a lot of beef and dudes who get sentenced on Rikers Island and are ready to go upstate, a lot of times they turn soft and they turn scary because they don't want to face their demons that they cause in jail. They don't want to face those demons when they go upstate because a lot of these dudes have a lot of beef and a lot of people waiting for them. So what they do is they go to the mosque, they take their shahada, and then they turn Muslim in order for protection because they know that the Muslim brethren will protect them. This move is reserved for the straight up soft dudes, the scary dudes, the dudes who do not want to man up for everything they've done, the people who have gang ties that they may or may not have been trying to extort or fuck over. These guys are soft. Sometimes the fellow brothers of the Muslim faith, they will not back you over this, but more oftentimes than not, they will back you up. Just because you are studying and practicing the Muslim faith now, they start you off with a clean slate. But these are the dudes who are sociopaths. Like, they're manipulating the teachings of Elijah Muhammad and Malcolm X and all these people, Farrakhan, just because they are worried about their safety in jail. That's a corny thing that men do in jail, but you know, it all goes down to the survival of the fittest. You know, if you are worried about being harmed and being put in harm's way, then you would become Muslim to protect yourself. Hence the title for this whole video, Saved by the Muslims, because they don't play.